Hey guys, want to go ahead and share this with you. As you know, big fan of Wish, and I think Wish is going to have a very bright future for a lot of different reasons. Today, I'm taking advantage of this movement to the downside. All the stocks are pretty much down today, so I'm taking a look at Wish. I think the reward to risk ratio is in favor. So my stop loss on this, as you know, I actively, even though I have a long-term perspective on Wish, much like what Ben does, I actively manage my trades, and Wish is no different. So my stop on this particular trade would be at 876, kind of like where the low was back at this area here. And today we're trading at about 891. So I'm picking up. I was going to do shares, but I actually decided to go out to December of 2022, not this year, but December 2022. So I have another 507 days until expiration. So it puts me way out there. I'm going in the money on the $5 strike price. I have my order set for 5. See if I can get it for 5. I might adjust it to 510 if it doesn't fill. But this puts me at about a break even of $10 a share. Here's the other reason I'm doing this. Let's say the stock gets to, which I believe it's going to get to 20 by the end of the year, at least 20, probably 30. Well, let's say it gets to 20. That's $15 of intrinsic value on the $5 option. If I pick it up for 5, that gives me a net, not a gross, but a net return of 200%. I believe over time, this stock goes much higher. So, and there's reasons for that. And I want to share some of those reasons for why I believe that's so. So I'm going to stop share here. And I'm actually going to share another screen with you. And I want you guys to take a look at this and listen to this video. Here we go.
A broad question about fintech. Clearly, it's been a great couple of years for the likes of Square and PayPal, and their share prices prove that. I wonder whether you thought there's just more gains to come, and this is going to be their decade, or whether, in fact, they are now about to face a big fight back from traditional banks being more ready and nimble on the tech front.
I do think technology is providing solutions that are meeting the needs of consumers and businesses. But today there's only $1.5 trillion of capital invested in what I'd call fintech companies. And there's $16 trillion of capital invested in financial companies. And so I do see a wholesale transition over the next 10 years from that very small chunk of fintech market cap to really taking over and revolutionizing banking. Customers prefer simple, easy solutions that abstract away complexity. And today, I don't think banks are meeting that need. And I think banks will see a lot more competition and have to respond in a way that meets the needs of consumers.
The woman in that interview is Jackie Reeses. American Banker called her one of the most powerful women in finance. Jackie used to be the head of Square Capital, and when the FDIC approved Square's application to become an industrial loan company, it was Jackie who got it done. In 2009, Square was formed to simplify credit card payments for small vendors. In 2014, a unit led by Reeses was formed, Square Capital. Square Capital's business was to offer loans to the same customers who were already using the Square app.
If you need cash to take your business to the next level or to take care of the day-to-day stuff, check out Square Capital.
In the 5 years since Reeses joined, the company made more than $6 billion in loans with an average loan size of just $7,000. Jackie helped build the NYSE-listed Square into a $118.47 billion company. But then, suddenly, she decided to leave. Why? Well, that brings us to our topic. Meet the 39-year-old former Google engineer from Poland, who was so obsessed with ordinary folks' finances that he built a tailored e-commerce marketplace just for them, filled with no-name merchandise shipped directly from merchants all over the world. Wish became the most downloaded app worldwide in 2018 and is now the third biggest e-commerce marketplace in the U.S. according to Forbes. Globally, some 100 million people use it at least once a month.
For the future, we focus on the following things. One is grow the customer base and the level of consumer engagement around e-commerce on the platform. Two is to expand the merchant base. Is to start filling in the gaps. We want a fully comprehensive catalog of goods, the different kinds of price ranges. We want to be able to move upstream, but also fill in categories that are largely missing right now, like CPG, like grocery products. We want our consumers to feel like they can get anything from Wish, capture a larger share of wallet, and continue increasing the level of engagement that we have for each individual customer around everything that we actually sell. We're really proud of the platform that we built with the level of consumer engagement we've had with the participation from the merchant side. And we'll be looking to actually leverage everything that we've built, tools and services on top of that, in order to take our business to the next level.
Let's pause here for a second and consider what he said again.
And we'll be looking to actually leverage everything that we've built, tools and services on top of that, in order to take our business to the next level.
In May, the company announced that Jackie Reeses would be made executive chair of the company. Peter Szulczewski would continue to serve as CEO, a move that would separate the roles and support the next phase of global growth for the company. But why? Why Jackie Reeses? A name that's a powerhouse in banking and finance, who has a passion for helping small businesses and vendors get capital they might not be able to get otherwise.
If you think about who we are serving, it is truly Main Street across America. And what we've seen is that Square Capital is one of the primary and only sources of capital for businesses of this size. And think about it in the context of a coffee shop and their cappuccino machine fails on a Saturday morning and they need a new machine and it's $5,000. Where do they get credit and where do they get it instantly? So that's the type of business Square Capital is. What we do though, from a machine learning point of view, is we're able to take multiple data sets. So we start primarily with payments data. We add behavioral data, meaning device type, device location, all kinds of signals around behavior. And then we also can augment with some credit data, although that's the smallest component of any of our underwriting platform, because the payments data and behavioral data is such strong signals. But the benefit of this data, we're able to incorporate it into our models and see lots of different new signals that can help us underwrite potentially even deeper into the credit spectrum than we ever have before.
If there's one thing that the Wish app was designed to do well, it was to draw data from all kinds of sources about their users, their preferences, behaviors, previous purchases, and more. In fact, Wish is said to ingest 17 billion events a day that they use to increase sales and constantly improve user satisfaction. Is it possible that Wish is going to start doing for international vendors who already use the Wish app what Square did in the US for small business vendors? One look through the Wish Careers website since Jackie came on board finds the site littered with new jobs for programming and engineering positions in payments, finance, and risk management. And speaking of payments, the company recently announced that it had received a payment services license for the European Union that will enable Wish to process transactions and increase control over the payments in many countries where it operates abroad. And frankly, it appears the licensing news has not been priced in by investors, given that many don't understand how much and how quickly the race for traditional banks to enter the e-commerce space is escalating. But we'll come back to that. First, let's talk about the payment space. And we'll start with a question that was asked on Quora long ago about PayPal. Why is PayPal so successful? What made it as big as it is? What is driving its growth? The answer: if you want to pay someone electronically who's not a merchant or doesn't have a merchant account, your credit card's not very useful. There's a large population that don't even have or use credit cards, 20 to 30% of consumers. And of course, the network effect. The more merchants and consumers that have a PayPal account, it makes the service more valuable and easier to use for the next person or merchant joining the network. The helpful person answering the question, Farang Kasai, who worked at eBay and helped integrate PayPal into the e-commerce giant's universe, thereby making history. Oh, did I mention that Wish just appointed Farang Kasai as its new Chief Technology Officer? Quote, Farang will drive our technology development at a pivotal moment in our journey and lead the enhancement of Wish's existing product offerings, as well as the creation of a whole suite of exciting new technology solutions. Said Mr. Kasai, my aim is to help enrich the consumer experience and make our open commerce ecosystem more viable for merchants, all while building out complementary new features to strengthen Wish's position as one of the preeminent platforms for value-conscious shoppers. Clearly, there's so much to chew on here, but we've run out of time. We're going to come back, however, with another video.
So that's what I want to share with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this, but right now I'm taking advantage of this opportunity